Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you the 2022 Toyota 4Runner. This one is the limited trim and this one is the 4x4, but let me go ahead and show you all the features this one has. Under the hood there is a 4.0 naturally aspirated V6. It is connected to a 5-speed automatic transmission. This engine produces 270 horses and 278 pound-feet of torque, and the fuel economy numbers on this engine: 16 in the city, 19 highway, and 17 combined. So here is a MSRP sticker of this 2022 Toyota 4Runner Limited. If you guys are interested in the standard features this one has, just go ahead and pause the video. And it does have a few options. It does have the third row seating and the crossbars and a few other things, and the price on this one is $51,000. So if you guys are curious about the color is called Classic Silver and does look pretty good on this limited trim, and there is a good amount of trims you could choose from on the 4Runner. There is the SR5, SR5 Premium, there is the TRD and the TRD Off-Road, I believe, and I think two more trims if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, this limited trim actually looks very good, and I think this is my second favorite trim. I would definitely go with the TRD Off-Road because it does look very, very nice. And coming to the front, design looks the same as the 21, nothing really changed. And for the headlights, not everything right here in the front is LED. So for $50,000 or $52,000, I really wish that Toyota made the turn signal indicators here in the front LED. The high beam, low beam, and the fog lights here in the front are LED, which is nice, but I really wish that the turn signal indicators were LED. Anyways, the Toyota logo or badge is up there. It is finished in chrome, and there's a good amount of chrome, and this is because this is the limited trim, and there is a little bit of flat black around the fog light housing, but overall the front of this limited trim looks very, very good. There is some parking sensors here in the front, some chrome in the bottom, which is a nice touch. And this limited trim does have a front-facing camera, and here is the sensor for the emergency braking, and the grille has a really nice design to it. But let's go ahead and move to the side, and I'll show you the side view of this limited trim. Here is the side view of this 4Runner, and the side view looks pretty good. I'm glad that Toyota did not put a lot of chrome right here on the side. And in the front, as you guys saw, there is a good amount of chrome, but I'm glad that Toyota did not do the same right here on the side. Anyways, this one does have the side step. It is a $600 option, and honestly, I think it does look good, very good. It is finished in flat black and chrome. And for the rims, I really love the design of the rims. I think Toyota did a great job with the rim design, and the size is good, and there's a good amount of rubber. The size is 245/60 20s, and honestly those trims don't even look like they are 20. For the mirror, the bottom portion of it is finished in flat black, and the top is finished in the same color as the SUV. And on the mirror there are three things. There is the turn signal indicator, the blind spot monitoring system, and the camera that is located right underneath the mirror for the 360 camera system this 4Runner has. And for the window trims, they're finished in flat black. I'm glad that they're not finished in chrome. And for the door handles, they're finished in chrome, which is completely fine. And yeah, as I said, I'm glad that Toyota did not make the side filled with chrome on this 4Runner. And there is a limited badge right there. And on the roof, there is a standard size sunroof and some roof rails and crossbars. The crossbars are a $185 option, I think. But let's go ahead and move to the back of this 4Runner, and I'll show you how it looks like from the back. Here is a back of the 4Runner, and the back looks pretty good, but I think Toyota should completely change this 4Runner. So I really think they should do a redesign. I'm not sure if they're going to be doing a redesign in 2023. 4Runner is written in the back, and I really like this chrome trim, and Toyota badge is right there. Backup camera is located right underneath that chrome trim. And for the tail lights, not everything right here in the back is LED. So the turn signal indicators are halogen, the brake light is LED, and the reverse is halogen. And in the bottom there is this chrome trim or piece, and there are some parking sensors here in the back, tow hitch, and it does have a $90 chrome exhaust tip. Here is a key. Looks alright, nothing too special or fancy about this key. It is all finished in flat black, and it does have 3 binds on it: lock, unlock, and a panic bind, and Toyota badge in the back. To open the tailgate, you actually have to walk up to the SUV and do that manually. This 4Runner does not have automatic lift gate for $52,000. I really wish that it did. So I'm not really liking this. There is a handle right here. There is this strap. You could use it to close the tailgate, and there is a light right here, and there is another light on the left, which is nice, and speaker on both sides. But I really wish that Toyota offered power liftgate on this 4Runner. And inside there is actually a very good amount of space. The opening is nice and big, and there's just so much space in the back of this 4Runner. JBL subwoofer. There is an AC outlet right here, and there is a 12-volt, which is nice. And on the left there is nothing, just some tie downs, and there is a storage place right here in the back, and cup holder or a storage place on both sides. And as I said, this one does actually have the third row, and it is almost a $1,400 option, I think. Anyways, to bring the seats up, go ahead and lift on this, and then bring the seat up just like this. Honestly, with the third row, there is basically no room back here, but with the third row down, there is a very good amount of space. Here is a door handle. The door handle is finished in mostly chrome, and the top portion of it is finished in the same color as the SUV. There is a sensor right here. This sensor will take care of locking the SUV, and to unlock it, there is a sensor right behind the door handle. That's how you unlock the SUV. Here is the front door panel, and the front door panel looks alright. Nothing too crazy or special about this front door panel. Up here, there is going to be the window switches, door locks. All windows are automatic up and down, as you guys see. And there is this brushed aluminum trim. I think it does look good. Door handle feels nice and light, but solid at the same time. It is finished in chrome. This limited trim does have memory seats. Good amount of storage place right here for small things. And this right here is all wrapped in leather. It is very soft, which is nice. This top portion right here is the same as this. I really like the stitching right here on the top portion. I really wish there was more stitching, maybe somewhere in the middle. I think it would have just made the door look a little bit better. The armrest is nice and soft, wrapped in leather, more of that stitching. And here is the speaker. This limited trim does have 15 speakers of the JBL sound system, a light in the bottom, and this is plastic, which is fine. And there is an okay storage place in the bottom of this door. I really wish it was a little bit bigger, but it's not too bad. And for the seats, they are very comfortable, wrapped in leather. And I think you could get 3 color choices, if I'm not mistaken, on this limited trim. Here are the seat controls with lumbar support. And as I said, the seats are very comfortable. They're heated and cold seats. I love the white stitching. Well, let's go ahead and move inside this 4Runner, and I'll show you how it looks like on the inside. Alright, so here is the interior of this 2022 Toyota 4Runner Limited. Interior looks alright, nothing too crazy or special about this interior. It definitely looks outdated. Here is the steering wheel. It is wrapped in leather, and it's actually nice and thick, so I really like that. The top portion of it is a little bit on the thinner side, but the rest is good. Anyways, design looks alright, nothing too special. It does have the Toyota badge finished in chrome, and on the left there is the volume controls and voice command phone controls, and on the right is a few controls to control that center screen, so you could go up and down, left and right. And there's a back button. This button right here will control a few things too. I think this is more like to go back to the previous screen, or the main screen. And here is the safety controls. You'll have the lane keep assist and the adaptive cruise control. Basically, you could set the distance, and then you'll have the cruise controls right here. So that's where the basically you set your cruise controls. And here is the engine start stop. Behind the steering wheel there is no paddle shifters, which is fine. And on the right is the wiper controls for the front and back, and on the left is the headlight controls, fog light controls, and the high and low beam. And for the gauges, they look alright, nothing too fancy or crazy. This is an SUV, so they look right. And as I said, there is this a small screen in the middle. I'm not exactly sure what's the size of it. I think it's around 4 inches if I'm not mistaken. And all the way to the left there is a good amount of buttons. You'll have the mirror controls, brightness control, this is the automatic high beam, and then the bottom is a button to turn on the camera without putting the SUV in reverse. And that's how you turn on the AC outlet in the back, the one I showed you. And I think this is heated windshield if I'm not mistaken. Here is a screen. It's an 8-inch screen. Does look right, nothing too crazy. The way how it's integrated into the dash looks right. This is more like the older style. Most of the SUVs and trucks nowadays, they have that tablet style screen, but a lot of people might like this look. The time is right there. AC vents look right, nothing too fancy or special about them. Here is the emergency light button, and this whole thing is finished in that silver plastic. There is a power, a volume knob, and a tune knob. And as I said, the screen is an 8-inch. It does have some hard buttons on the left and right, and this screen does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Let me go ahead and show you the backup camera, because the backup camera is probably the worst backup camera I ever seen. And this is a $52,000 SUV, so I'm seriously disappointed with the backup camera. Here is the wide view, and here is the narrow view with the 360 view. Anyways, you could actually see the rims. So if you put the SUV in park, click the button on the left, this one, you could see the rims. If you click it one more time, it will show you the 360 with the front facing camera. Anyways, underneath there is the climate controls. Climate controls, they look alright, very dated. Everything is big in this SUV, so if you're wearing gloves or if you're doing any construction work, then probably this is good, but for a daily use, I'm not a big fan of it. Anyways, the temperature control is massive. Here is the temperature, everything displays in that LCD screen. Here is the fan speed, and you could change the modes from these buttons. Each button has its own individual mode, so it's not one button that will basically change the modes. Off button, front AC, and it does have an auto function and a dual function since it is a dual climate control. Anyways, coming down, there is one USB, and there is the heated and cold seats. Click on it and then rotate it, so that's the cold seat. And to basically put it in heated seat mode, you move it to the left. If you don't want to use it, just push it inside. Same thing for the passenger. There is a 12 volt right here, and I really like this wood trim. I think it does look good. Let's go ahead and open the glove box. Glove box is very nice and big, so I really like that about this 4Runner. And by the way, the door is very, very light. I'm not exactly sure why it's super light. Down here, there is some storage. There's a cup holder. There's a little bit of storage place right here, and that's where the four-wheel drive controls are. And here is the shifter that will control the 5-speed automatic transmission in this 4Runner. The shifter is massive. I'm not exactly sure why it's that big. Anyways, it does have a plus and minus. You can control your gears, and right here there's a little bit of storage place. There's another cup holder. You could drop the back window down, which is nice. Let me go ahead and show you. So I really like that about the 4Runner and the Tundra. And the button is actually automatic, so that's nice. And inside there is a very good amount of space, and there is a 12 volt a coin holder right here on the left, and there is a storage place right here. The armrest itself, it is very nice and soft. There is some white stitching, and here is the rear view mirror. It does have the auto dimming function, and up here there is a glasses holder, traction control, 8-track, hill descent, and then you'll have the garage controls. And then this button right here is for the lights. You could turn off the lights or keep them on whenever the doors open. And this 4Runner does have halogen lights, which I'm not a big fan of. For 51,000, I really wish they were LED. You could open the sunroof and you could tilt it if you want to. As I said, it is a standard size sunroof. And the shade is actually manual. And here is the SOS. For the visor, it is nice and solid, and it is soft. There is a small mirror inside and a nice bright halogen light. Here is a back door, and the back door has the same design as the front. But something that I really don't like about the back door is that it doesn't really open as wide as I want it. So getting inside of this SUV is a little bit hard, but it's not too bad. This whole thing is wrapped in leather, so Toyota did not cheap out. This thing is very, very soft, so I really like that. Here is the back window, more of that brushed aluminum or silver plastic, and door handle feels nice and light, finished in chrome. There's some storage place right here, and then the armrest here in the back is nice and soft. There's white stitching, and this is plastic, which is fine, and there is a storage place with a bottle holder, and there is actually a light in the bottom, which is nice. And here is a speaker. And for the back seats are nice and spacious, and they're a little bit higher than the front, so basically it has that stadium style seats, and headroom is very, very good, and does have an armrest here in the back. This is very, very soft. Probably this is the most, or the softest armrest I ever felt. I love the stitching, and there is 2 cup holders here in the back, and there is some AC vents. They do look very cheap. I really wish they were finished in brushed aluminum, and there are 2 USBs in the bottom, and that's how the front of this 4Runner looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2022 Toyota 4Runner Limited. I would like to thank Keith and Colonial Toyota here in Milford, Connecticut for providing me this Toyota 4Runner. If you guys are around and if you guys are interested, make sure to come and check them out. I'm going to go ahead and put the information and link in the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time.